Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm here to share with your top Chinese lesbian movies that I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch, go support because all of them are actually very good and got interesting feedback from the viewers as well. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. So first and foremost, we're gonna start off with Butterfly. It is a 2024 Hong Kong drama. The story follows Flavia, a married high school teacher in her 30s who has suppressed her lesbian identity to basically fit into the societal expectation. Her stable life is disrupted after a change meeting at a supermarket with Hip, who is basically a free spirited young singer and also songwriter. The narrative basically flips to a non liner structure altering between Flavia's present day struggle and her teenage years. In 1989, flashbacks reveal her first love with a rebellious classmate, in this case Jean, a relationship that ended basically painful when discovered by her parents. So that is the whole plot of it. This one is very popular. If you guys don't know, this movie is well represented and have been going around a lot. So if you guys haven't watched it, I can 100% say it's not the best quality but it's still in a very, very amazing movie that I will highly recommend all of you to go ahead, go watch and go support. And then moving forward, we have The First Girl I Loved. It is a 2021 lesbian romance. The film is a bittersweet coming of age story that follows two best friends, Lee and Lee, at an all girls Christian high school. Throughout the series of flashbacks, it explores their blossoming teenage romance with them beginning after a basically playful dedication of love. They share a lot, but also their relationship and their bond is tested by the rigid rules of the school and expectations of a conservative society as they age on views on certain things basically, and also true love starts to be a debate between the two, as one of them sees things one way and the other one sees things another way, and they are also on their own path of personal growth, love, and also just trying to figure out what is next for them, and also if what they are feeling will last. It's the phase. Will things always be like that? Will things get better? Just a whole roller coaster ride of emotions that they go through just to try to figure out this whole thing and situation that they got themselves into. Then moving forward, we have Girlfriends. Girlfriends is a 2025 LGBTQ plus drama that explores the life of a queer woman named Locke across three pivotal stages of her life. Basically, at age 17, 22, and 34. At the age of 34, Locke is a filmmaker facing a creative block and career stagnation. At the age of 22, known as Koi, she is a university student living in a similarly carefree life with her girlfriend Kai Ching. At the age of 17, she is a high achieving student whose simple worldwide is challenged when she falls in love with a free spiritual older schoolmate. This first love ends in a heartbreak when in this case, Yan confesses her feelings and realizes the gap between her situation and her reality is far more complicated than what she thought it would actually be. This movie is on my watch list. I just if I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of the year, I found out about the existence of this movie. So hopefully I will have time to finally go check it out and to see what it has to offer. But one thing I have to say so far, the quality of the movie is really, really, really amazing. So if you have watched it, let me know your thoughts down below. Then moving forward, we have Montreal Bell. It is a 2025 Canadian Chinese drama film. The story follows Feng. She is in her and her beginning 50s, now awakening when she meets Camille, a free spirited younger chemist. The connection lightning repressed desires and leads Feng Shui on a younger of self-discovery, exploring themes that the film stars a 55-year-old Chinese immigrant living in Montreal who has spent her life defined by the duty to her family and loveless marriage. I'm definitely excited to watch this one because she actually ends up discovering a connection to someone that she thought she never would feel anything for, especially being her being tied to a reality that she feels like she doesn't make sense for her anymore. She meets somebody that is spontaneous, out of the box, sees things differently, and that basically changes her mindset and how she views things also very, very differently, because the two, they start to create a bond that ends up going somewhere else, and that is an awakening moment for her, that and also a romance that she thought she never would embark on, especially at the age and at the stage of her life that she is in. Very good movie. I'm very excited to go ahead, go watch, go support it. So hopefully soon I can do a complete review on it. Then moving forward, we have All Shall Be Well. It is also a 2024 drama, very popular movie. I have spoken about this movie already so many times, so this will definitely not be the film first time. The film Angie basically follows Angie and Pat have been a happy lesbian couple for over 40 years. When Pat passes away, suddenly Angie must, fight Pat's family to retain the dignity and the name they shared for 3 decades when it comes to, just the belongings, the house, and all of that. And also, we know at that point, legal, protection for same as couples, rights and unions were not accepted. But now she is just seeing her whole world falling apart, losing the love of her life, and now losing everything that they have built together because of their marriage and their bond not being recognized by law. So this one is basically the struggles of a woman following, and just trying to grieve also at the same time, and just trying to figure out what to do next, so that they, in this case, she doesn't lose everything that she and her partner have built just because it's not recognized by the law. Very, 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 very good plot. Very interesting plot, I have to say. And then moving forward, we have All About Love. In this 2010 romantic comedy, the plot centers on two bisexual women who rekindle their romance under unusual circumstances. A chance reunion, Macy, who is a feminist lawyer, and Anita, a bank, clerk, view lawyers 12 years prior when they cross paths again for a counseling session for unwedded expectations mother discovering they are both unexpectedly pregnant. Macy is pregnant following a one night stand, and the other one also has her own situation going on. But after just a one night out, they just realized that there's so much unfinished situations and emotions between the two. So they decide to try and build a life together and to figure out how to navigate motherhood while they are basically also trying to figure out where they went wrong, or maybe it just wasn't the time for them, in this case, to explore anything at that moment when they had their whole situation, 12 years prior. Very good plot. I will say this one is probably one of my least favorite ones, but maybe one day if I have some extra time on me, I might go ahead, go check it out and see what it has to offer. But if you guys have more details, please drop it down below. So yes, guys, that's basically it. This is my very, very quick, list of the Chinese lesbian movies that I will highly recommend. You also go ahead, go watch, go support. If you guys know any other movies, please drop it down below in the comments. I hope you all have enjoyed this one, and goodbye.